Our camera is moving down Al Jala Street. This is where the Israeli soldiers were stationed for 6 days. During that time, everyone was trapped in their homes. However, we were able to document a number of testimonies from witnesses through the narrow windows of the buildings our crew was in. We also saw Israeli tanks and soldiers moving around, shelling and firing indiscriminately. They destroyed any infrastructure still standing. The Christian Youth Association, a few meters behind me, were shelled and more than 12 people inside were killed. Their bodies are still laying there. Israeli soldiers set fire to the buildings. I'm now standing at the intersection of Al Jala and Al Wata. To my left is part of Al Jala Street, and ahead of me is Al Wahad Road. As you can see, the families trapped inside their homes for days are now trying to leave to the west of Gaza City, to the far right, to the far end of Al Jala Street. The scale of the destruction is massive. The damage is huge. Behind me is the extension of the Al Waha Road leading to the Al Shifa Medical Complex. This is the aftermath of the latest airstrike by Israeli warplanes.
I can see many bodies below these concrete slab ruins. There are no civil defense teams, no heavy equipment. We are helpless. The bodies will remain under the rubble for weeks because all the roads are closed and there is no heavy equipment to help. Bodies strewn all over the roads and under the debris. Your cameras have documented this repeatedly.
Israeli tanks and soldiers came here, destroying everything in their path, leveling it all to the ground. They destroyed this building, which had more than 150 women and children inside. A few minutes later, the soldiers withdrew, and F-16 fighter jets pounded them with their missiles. Then, the tanks returned to make sure everyone was dead. They buried the survivors alive. The bulldozers came and pushed rubble over them to bury them all. Many of those women and children were still alive and screaming for help, but the Israeli occupation forces fired at them. We were watching from a distance, unable to do anything. We tried to call the civil defense to come to their rescue, but the whole area was surrounded by tanks. Israeli soldiers kept firing at them. We found the body of a woman with her baby, both beheaded, completely headless. Their heads were separated from their bodies. We managed to bury them in that open area over there, and this happened right before our eyes.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.